Good morning, afternoon, evening, as the case may be, in your part of the world. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Zen Archer. Recently, I purchased through eBay a pan flute. Now, the reason that I go through eBay is it's easy for me to order stuff from, and it just arrives at my house. That's a nice thing. It's also a lot cheaper than any place else. I can get, decent quality without paying top dollar, and in some cases, depending on what it is, that's important to me. One of those things that I recently bought was a Kenna and a pan flute. I got them for, I think the whole thing together was like $10. But I looked and made sure that I knew what I was getting before I placed my bid, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just buying garbage. So the seller that I bought from is called Amazon to Andes, and they're out of Florida. Apparently, they have a distributor, and all their items are fair trade. So they have different qualities of instruments, and the instruments come from different places. The pan flute, for instance, is Ecuadorian as opposed to Peruvian. So I placed my order a couple of minutes before the end of the auction, and I won the auction. There were no other bidders. And I also saved on shipping because it was both for the Kenna, which I think sold for 97 cents plus shipping, and the pan flute. Well, for the last couple of days, I've been obsessed with looking and waiting for those flutes to get here so I can play them and all that kind of stuff. Today, I got a message from them saying that they don't have any double pan flutes, and asking me if I would accept a 10 flute or a 13 flute, or 10 note or 13 note one in its place. I went over and looked at their other auctions, and they have the same flute, just in a different configuration in 13 notes. But they also have 10 and 13 note pan flutes that are lower quality. They have nodes in them, and when you're making a flute and you have to burn through the nodes, it makes small and large openings through there. It's not all the same. So because it's not all the same, then the quality of the note that comes out is different. So I don't want that. I want one piece of reed with no notes, or with no nodes in it, so that it's just one hollow tube. So I sent them a message back and said, yes, you can send me a 13th note pan flute, which is basically the same thing I ordered. It's just set up a little differently. You can do that, but you must send me the same quality as what I purchased. You can't send me the lesser quality one with the nodes in it. I'm a little disappointed that they haven't sent anything yet, and that it's been 8 or 9 days since I made the order, and they're just now telling me that they don't have it. Also, when I go over and look at their auctions, they have 12 other auctions up of the double pan flute that they're telling me they don't have. I don't understand why you're auctioning stuff that you don't have. I assume that you weren't aware that you didn't have it, but I also would think that you would take down the auctions that have no bids on them, at least, so you don't get into an even worse situation. At any rate, I'm a little disappointed that A, they're not here yet, and B, that what I purchased is not what I'm being sent. There's part of me who just wants to go, you know what, just refund my money and let's forget about it. I'll buy it somewhere else. But I'm going to give the guy a break, and hopefully, he will send something of the same quality, and then we'll go from there. So that's my drama for today. In my last video, I had a couple comments from some people. Somebody said, asked me, would I do a vlog about the car wreck that I did for my kayaks? And let's see, that was Little Tim, I think it was. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really read the name. Little One Tim had asked that, and I said I will. I'll do a video about that when the weather's a little nicer and I can actually show you the car rack, how it works, and all that kind of stuff. It's not really difficult though, Tim. All I did was got 4 elbows and 90-degree elbows and 2 or 3 pieces of PVC pipe for like $1.25 a piece. They're 8 foot long, and just cut them to length so that the kayak, they would hold the pool noodles that I use as cushions between the kayak and the car. So that's pretty much it. And then the whole thing's held together with nylon straps. But I will do that video once the weather breaks and I start kayaking again. Somebody else asked, will I be doing the show at Stickcam again? Or will I be doing it soon? I have some mic issues that I have to deal with because I've got a new computer and I picked up the 60 cycle hum again. Also, it looks like I'm going to have to find somebody else as a co-host, and that's going to be something that's more difficult to do because there's got to be somebody that there's some chemistry there in order for the show to work. I still might do the morning show, the Breakfast Club and stuff, which I always did by myself, so I might start off with that. But yes, the show is coming back. I completely intend on doing that. I've gone over and listened to some of our own podcasts, and forgive me for patting myself on the back, but they sound pretty damn good. I like them, and I think we did a decent show, so we're going to do that again. It's just a matter of time getting things worked out and then setting up a schedule to do that. So stay tuned. I haven't forgotten about it. I know it's been like a year since we did it, but yes, we're doing it again. Also, spent a lot of time over at thecafezen.com, all one word, thecafezen.com, and that's our support site for the Zen Live Radio Show, and it's also a community of friends who are putting up pictures and videos and music and stuff like that. Some of our artists are putting up stuff. Come on over and check it out at thecafezen.com, and throw your stuff up there. Put up if you do photography or music, or you just want to have coffee in the morning and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Feel free to do that. Politics over at Bloggerheads, Paul Robinette and Tom Guariolo's site. They had a vote, and a guy by the name of Marcel is now in charge of stuff, and he's doing a good job working out the details of making it a self-governed site, and I wish them the best of luck. I was pretty heavily involved with it. I am not anymore. It's their site. They can do what they want, and obviously the community doesn't want me as an administrator there, because if they had, they would have voted me as the administrator there. So that being the case, then why waste my time and why waste theirs? I'm still involved. I'm still giving my opinions about how things are going, and I'm going to continue to do that. But my content's here in the Cafe Zen primarily. A little bit of stuff at Bloggerheads, but not much. And I wish them the best. I wish Marcel the best with what he's doing, and so on and so forth. Good luck to them. What else is going on? Nothing. I've got my coffee this morning. I've got my cigarettes. Sunday. That's my day. I'll probably play my flutes a little bit more. I've been flute crazy, made a whole bunch of them, and now I've got to tune them and throw some of the garbage ones out, the ones that didn't come out right. But that's pretty much my day. So tell me what you're doing. Leave a video and tell me what you're doing. Instead of just a comment, just say, leave a video. And if you play a musical instrument, I'd like to know about it. If you've made your own musical instrument, I'd like to know about it. I made most recently, I made a drum. Actually, I made 2. this was a vase that I had sticks and stuff in. You'll notice that this is held together right now with rubber bands. I need to glue it and tack it in place, but the head was off of right above my thumb. Right there is a tambourine, and the head had torn along the edge, so it wasn't tight anymore. So I cut it off, and it was laying around. And then I saw this one day, and I thought that would make a great drum. So I took the tambourine head and I put on there. I tacked it all down. I wet it, then tacked it all down, and then I put the webbing around it. And I think it's going to make a pretty decent drum. I also put a hole in the bottom so that it would change the sound of it a little bit. Anyway, I'm all set for a drum circle. Also, I had this little tambourine, and it had really garbage shakers in it. I didn't like them, so I took them all off and just was using it like that. And then I thought to myself, you know, that would probably make a decent drum because it sounded too tinny just by itself. So I took a half of a coconut shell that I had from a dinner one night, and I made the monkey drum. This is now the monkey drum. Still, I just have it taped together right now. I need to put some webbing on there and get everything tacked down. This hole in the side, which was to hold it with, actually worked out pretty good because I can change the tone of it by opening the hole. So yeah, that's the monkey drum. Monkey. Can't escape the monkey, right? Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. Tell me what you're doing. You know, people tell me all the time that YouTube has no community, that, you know, well, there is none. Well, I think there is. I think you guys are, you know, I'm communicating with you. Communicate with me. Let's keep this thing going. Till next time, as always, this is Zen saying you be well.